Welcome everyone. We're on day 9 of Tapping for Recovery from Fear, and today's topic is just this fear, this overarching fear that deep down there's just really something wrong with me. And how I think this often shows up is anytime we're comparing ourselves to someone else, anytime you compare, it's never a win, because either at times, sometimes I'll say, okay, I'm not as bad as they are, but I'm more often than not, it's always this bar of measurement of I'm less than. There's something wrong with me. I mean, especially with the invention of social media, and I love this term that we judge our life by someone else's highlight reels. Like you could scroll through somebody's Facebook page and you're seeing all these highlights and all these things about them, like sort of those best stolen moments. And then we're like, oh my God, look at them. They're traveling all the time and doing all this. I actually had somebody say that to me one time, that they noticed I was traveling all the time. And I did a couple years ago. I think I traveled about 6 times that year. But I was traveling up to Salt Lake City for a business coach that I was with 4 times. And then the other 2 were just trips. But it's interesting because my perception was like, oh my God, I'm not traveling all the time. I'm home so much. Like I'm home a lot. So let's just jump in and just start tapping. Karate chop. Even though I think I have this belief that deep down inside, there's just really something wrong with me. I choose to acknowledge I have this belief. Even though I'm really afraid that there's just really something wrong with me. That really scares me. I choose to accept my feelings now. Sorry, my dog was sneezing. Even though I have this fear, that deep down there's really something wrong with me. That I'm just really not okay. I accept myself anyway now. There's just something wrong with me. Part of me is totally convinced of this. I'm just different. And I have these areas in my life where I can't seem to change things. So clearly that's an indication that there's really just something wrong with me. And I'd be open to healing this belief now. Even if just that much. There's something wrong with me. What if there's not? Oh, there's something wrong with me. But what if there's not? There's something wrong with me. No, there's not. There is something really wrong with me. No, there's not. There's just something so wrong with me. No, there's not. There's something wrong with me. What if there's not? There is something really wrong with me. No, there's not. Oh, yes, there is. No, there's not. There's something wrong with me. The only thing that's wrong with me is that I believe this lie that I got taught a long time ago. That somehow there's something wrong with me. What if, instead of there being something wrong with me, I'm just wounded in certain ways. And my wounds can heal and are healing. And as I continue to heal those wounded parts of me, I start to notice that I believe less and less that there's really something wrong with me. And what if I have moments for the rest of my life where I hook back into that belief that there's something wrong with me? But I realize it's just a belief. And beliefs can be changed. And I'm changing this one too. I have wounds. Who doesn't? But I can start to notice when I'm judging my insides by other people's outsides, by their highlight reels. And the more I catch myself doing that, the more I start to notice, hey, Sherry, that there's really nothing wrong with me. I just learned clever ways to keep judging myself, especially when I compare myself to others. So I use their highlight reels to judge those lowest moments in my life. And it's just another way that my woundedness is surfacing. And I'm so open to healing this. And I'm open to learning to tell myself a very different story. A more empowering story. One where there's nothing really wrong with me. I just have wounds I'm always working on healing. And the more I do this, the better I'm going to feel. And the more I'm going to remember the truth of me. That I was born brilliant, born capable, born amazing, born deserving of every good thing. I'm just reminding myself that I can fall asleep to these truths again and again. But the beauty is, I can always wake myself back up to begin to remember the truth that I have everything I need already inside of me. And there's nowhere I can go that it ever isn't true that I deserve nothing but the best. And then take a breath. Sorry about that. I hit something and went off. So go back as always and tap on this as many times as you need to You know, it's always like if the negative stuff really lands for you, keep going back to that, keep going back to that, keep going back to that. Just keep hitting, you know, like go back to the recording and then go to the positive. Because you'll know when the positive starts to take for you to land, when your brain starts to believe it even just a little bit, it definitely means you've released more of the negative thoughts and slowed that momentum now. And now the brain's more ready to just hear the truth again. So, Sherry, happy you were here live. Hope you all have a really great rest of your day, evening, wherever you are. And we'll see you back on here tomorrow with day 10. Bye for now.